But if I look at the variety of female bodies that exist in media, that seems to be much, much, much narrower. It seems to be the case.
Yeah, so one of the things that you said at one point in the video was that you think that most men can realistically be like a 7 or 8 if they put like effort in.
Aside from like deformities or something like that.
Okay, so yeah, I'll agree with that.
If you're born like with a severe abnormality or whatever, or you have like a severe scar, obviously it's a little bit different, sure.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, that was one of the things I wanted clarification on as well. So I personally, one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this is I personally actually think there's going to be quite a bit more men that like flock to like incel or MGTOW like ideas as a result of the there seems to be a staggeringly crazy amount of men that are like choosing to not participate in relationships or sexual activity.
Sure.
And so, yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of men that kind of look for answers in different ways. And so one of the things that interested me was trying to gather data to like ascertain that, you know, women aren't all cringe and that we shouldn't like women and all that stuff. And
women are pretty cringe, my dude.
I know. There you go. One of the things that you brought up was that the beauty standards for women are insanely high. And I hear this constantly, and I don't necessarily disagree, but there's like 9 different ways you can go about this and things like that. So I've been trying to get like studies that back this up and data that backs this up, and it's rather difficult. Can you like address
studies? Yeah, so studies are going to be hard, but something that I think works in this case as a somewhat viable substitute for a study is to look at the diversity in appearance of major pop culture figures, because I think that like,
I agree. Yeah.
So if I look at the variety of like male bodies that exist in media, it seems to be a pretty large variety. But if I look at the variety of female bodies that exist in media, that seems to be much, much, much narrower. It seems to be the case.
Yeah, so one of my go-to examples whenever I try and make this clear is I say, imagine all of the people that you think of in media, right? All the women you think of in media. Imagine how many of them you think are like unattractive or ugly. Now think of all the men that you can think of that are unattractive and ugly. There's significantly more men that would be considered unattractive in popular in like media.
Yeah, but they can make it because it's like cute or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly.
The best illustration of this of all media, one of my favorite trope. Well, I say favorite, but like a really funny trope. It's not my favorite, actually, because when you notice it kind of is annoying as fuck. There are a lot of movies, and every movie ever where there's like a normal guy that's like trying to make it and the whole world is against him, blah, 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 or whatever, the girl that he always gets paired with is like a fucking 9.
Yeah,
always an incredibly fucking beautiful girl. And some of these girls will be like waiting, like, I'm reminded of the movie. Did you ever see the movie? This is kind of random. You ever see the movie called Yesterday? I think it's the movie where, oh, fuck. So if you Google Yesterday actor. So this is a movie where like a guy is kind of like a loser. He plays his guitar and he's like a kind of normal looking guy. But the girl in the movie that's like waiting hand and foot on him is like an incredibly fucking like beautiful fucking actor. And this is like always how it goes. We have like the kind of like the standardish looking guy. Like this could be like a friend of yours, you know, like obviously they have like perfect teeth and like whatever, but like it could be a friend of yours, but the girl is always going to be like some stunning, amazingly beautiful, attractive, whatever. Yeah. Hitch is another great example. You've seen Hitch with, Will Smith?
I saw it a while ago.
Sure, but in that, the Allegra Cole, I think was her name. She's like a stunningly beautiful woman, and then the main character, the white dude, is like a fat, chubby guy, right? Yeah.
And so those are some of the things that like I specifically talk about because when I watch these videos and I go over a lot of this content, because I believe a lot of dudes are gravitating towards this, I'm trying to look for something that a lot of them don't go over is the fact that I feel like a lot of women genuinely, like if we're talking not about like how the world ought be, but if we're talking about the way the world is, almost all of your value as a woman is placed based on your appearance.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
And so like for men though, like it's not really the case. Like for instance, I talked about how the other day I fucked up my facial hair when I was shaving, and I was like, oh man, that kind of sucks. You know, that sucks kind of.
Yeah, depending on how far you got into my video, there's a back and forth on all of these things, right? So women like. A 3 out of 10 or higher woman will never be homeless because somebody will want to like take care. It's just how it goes. You don't see a lot of like moderately attractive homeless women, no matter where you go in the world. They're just not there because somebody will take them in. Yeah. But the flip side of that is that like if you're a relatively successful woman, it's really hard to tell if anybody's ever taking you seriously or if they just want to you. And that's actually like
Yeah,
incredibly
exactly.
fucking
Yes.
So there's
Yeah,
always like
and-
two sides to all of these things. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I hear that a lot when like the incel or MGTOW people talk. They're like, no matter what, if you're a woman, you can get somebody to fuck you. And it's like, generally speaking, that could be true. But like, imagine you try and get in a relationship. Every guy is going to say, yeah, I'll be in a relationship with you just to sleep with you. That would fucking suck.
Yeah, there's
You know
a lot
what I'm
of
saying?
like you have to kind of double guess what people are actually after sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, and stuff like that. But
I appreciate that, Destiny.
All right. Bye.
Remember to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so that my videos show up right in your feed.